Hey guys, just wanted to shoot a quick video this morning. I've actually come up to Cumbria, up to my girlfriend's mum and dad's in a place called Kirkby. Super cool place, really nice. They've got loads of land and stuff. But I just wanted to shoot a quick video and talk a little bit about like binge eating and if you're lacking in confidence a little bit at the minute, you know what you can kind of do to come out of that, because you know, not too long ago, probably about 3.5, 4 years ago now, I used to really struggle with binge eating. And I used to binge like every week and like really badly. And sometimes I'd be doing it secretly, you know, driving into Tesco, just buying a load of chocolate and literally just eating it in the car and things like that, then hiding packaging and stuff like that. So I just wanted to shoot this video and talk a little bit about that, and how you can kind of transition out of that. Firstly, I think it's always important to acknowledge your behaviour. You know, if you look at, there's actually been studies done on change itself. So when somebody's going through change, they go through a typical pattern of behaviour. Now, the first pattern of behaviour always starts with denial. So it starts out with denial. So we have to recognise what it is that we are doing, and we have to appreciate that we're in that certain position, and then we have to try and look at obviously coming out of that. You know, if it's something that we're really getting down about, if it's something that we obviously don't want to continue to do, you know, we need to look at how we can actually change that. So I think my kind of philosophy behind binging is, it's really twofold. There's the physical aspect of binging, where you might have been so restrictive with food that it's making you want to overeat. You know, you've been really aggressive with your approach in terms of the way you're dieting, so it's making your body aggressive in terms of its response. You know, one of Isaac Newton's third laws was, for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. So the more aggressive with our approach to dieting we are, the more aggressive response we're going to get from us bodies. So if you, for example, say, right, that's it, fuck this, I'm going to diet now for this week, and you all of a sudden start eating 1500 calories a day, guess what? You're going to have a really bad response to that. Your body's going to respond aggressively because your approach has been aggressive. So that's the kind of physical aspect of it. So what I'd say to that is, try and start dieting on a bit more food. You know, if you typically go really restrictive with food, just try and eat, you know, 2,300 calories a day, and start your diet out there, start your dieting phase out there. And what that'll allow you to do is be a lot more consistent. You'll not get binge behaviours, you know, you'll not get this extreme environment that your body creates to make sure that it is getting sufficient food. And then, so that's really the physical side of it, and then there's obviously the psychological side as well. You know, so this does take a little bit more time, to be truthful. And I think the thing to think about is, if you've been going through these patterns quite regularly, then it might have become a bit of a habit to do that. You know, it might become a bit of a habit to go and get a load of takeaway or a load of chocolate or whatever it might be. So again, it's recognising it, looking back and saying, oh yeah, this is the thing that I've done. You know, how can I change this? How can I start and implement new little strategies? How can I start and put myself in a different environment so I'm not going through these typical behaviours week after week? So yeah, so that's the kind of, you know, the physical aspect of it, you know, biologically, and the psychological part of it as well. And there's also another thing that I learned that I've also recently been doing, and it's called, you're gonna think it sounds a little bit wishy-washy and a little bit, you know, hairy fairy type of thing, but try it, definitely try it. It really works. You know, this is not my ideas. These are the people that I've learned from, like incredible doctors in nutrition and psychology. And it's a little skill called positive focus. Now, what positive focus is it's basically a form of gratitude. If you've never heard of gratitude, well, you've probably heard of it, but if you've never kind of known what it is or what it does, all gratitude is just reflecting upon your day and basically reevaluating your day, but wording out five key things that you've done really well that day and saying why that they're important. So, for example, like last I didn't actually do it last night because I was travelling up to Cumbria, but the night before, I sit down, I literally sit down with a pen and paper and say, right, what's 5 things that I've done today that mean something to me and that are enabling me to grow as a person, or whatever it might be. So if we use the case for dieting and nutrition, let's say the first one might be, right, I've tracked my food today. So why is that important? Well, that's important for my overall health. It's important because I want to drop some body fat, I want to be a little bit leaner, I want to feel better about myself, I want to feel more comfortable about myself. So that might be number 1, just tracking your food. Number 2 might be, I've weighed myself today. So why is that important? Well, that's important because that's the goal that I want to do. This little tool, this little exercise is going to enable me to drop the body fat that I want to drop. And then all you do is just come up with 5 things. They might only be very small things, but what happens is once you start focusing on those positive things, over time, over weeks and months, you start doing that, you get this build-up of confidence. And that is how you actually manipulate confidence, which, it sounds so simple, but it's incredibly powerful for your brain. It's amazing how quick our brains, say for example, you've had 15-20 years of consistent negativity, within 30 to 40 days, you can totally switch that around by doing some very simple, positive, focused stuff. And I'll be honest, like this type of stuff, I used to think it was absolute bullshit. To be truthful, I did. I thought it were crappy stuff. But I've been, for the last few years, I've been fortunate enough to be working with some incredible people, like super knowledgeable people in psychology and nutrition, and all these awesome people. And I've learnt a few techniques from them, and they're simple. All the simple things really, really work. But it's like anything, you have to do it, and you have to do it consistently to really see the benefit of it. Alright, so just a few thoughts that I wanted to share with you today. Coming to you live from Cumbria, which is pretty cool. Other than that, guys, just have a little think about, a few things that you've done that you can really reflect on that are positive. If you have been going through some binging like cycles or anything like that, and you're feeling a bit down about yourself, trust me, I've been there. I know what you feel. I know what it feels like. And all you need to do really is focus on the positive stuff. Begin by doing the stuff I always talk about. Tracking your food, weighing yourself daily, all the typical things I do talk about, and you'll just get this sense of control. And if you're doing the positive focus stuff as well, your brain will literally start to rewire. Yeah, other than that, guys, have a nice weekend, and I will chat to you soon.